So this video that you're about to see here is wild to me, man. It really is. So Tim Dillon is, of course, part of the Rogan sphere, and we've been giving him some coverage recently. I feel like most of the time it leans negative, but every now and then I feel like he gets closer and closer to the truth, particularly about Trump, particularly about the Rogan sphere coddling Trump's nuts and helping usher in this era of obvious fascism. He's always been a very charismatic guy, a very honest guy, I feel like. But now we get a peek behind the curtain, and you get to see just how ugly a lot of these people are. Because what you're about to see here is a grown man brag about selling out for Saudi blood money. And I think the fact that he's being upfront with it makes him feel like it's less bad. It is not. It is not less bad. You are still a grown man selling out for Saudi blood money. So, of course, what I'm referring to here is there's this Riyadh Comedy Festival, which is happening. And we did a separate segment on this because when I went through the list of the comics that were performing, the one that broke my heart the most was Bill Burr. Yes, Bill Burr is going to take a paycheck from Saudi Arabia. You also have Jim Jeffries. He's another comic who leans left, who I thought had some values and some principles. And he's taken a massive paycheck from Saudi Arabia as well. There were others that were less surprising. Tom Segura, fucking massive sellout, not surprised at all. Andrew Schultz, not remotely surprised. But some of the people actually surprised me. So at the time, Tim Dillon was not on the list when we covered it. But apparently, his agent was working some magic with the fucking war criminal pigs in Saudi Arabia, and now he's going. So let's watch him brag about it and explain his reasoning why it's actually okay to do. Here we go.
Riyadh, baby, we're in Saudi Arabia. Come on, get your tickets now. October 8th, the day after October 7th. Just funny how it all works. Not something that I had planned. I think it's very exciting that we're all going to Riyadh. People are very upset about it. They're angry that comedians are going to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. They're very angry. They don't believe in anything.
Yeah, that's right. I know you think that because you're saying it in a mocking voice, that somehow belittles the point or debunks it. I can assure you it does not. Everybody saying that is correct. Now, I don't know what kind of blowback they're getting, but I did the segment on the Saudi festival covering Bill Burr. As far as I know, I'm the only larger creator who did that. So this might be a reference to me, because that's one of the exact points I made is clearly you don't believe in anything. Bill Burr does not believe in anything to do this, and all the other comedians don't either.
Comedians are going to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. They're very angry. They don't believe in anything. Get over it. The House of Saud is paying us hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of us millions, not me, but they're paying millions of dollars to comedians. Get over it. We're taking the money. How about that? Sorry. Oh, you weren't invited? Oh, you got nothing going on? Boo-hoo-hoo for you. I would never do it. You weren't offered. No one invited you. There's people that I respect that turned it down, but a lot of people are doing it, like a lot. Like,
yeah, the sellouts.
Almost everyone. They bought
They're sellouts.
Comedy. So what? Well, they have slaves, then they kill Hey. Get over it. So what? They have slaves. I imagine the slaves in those countries are good at what they do.
Yeah, so now he's doing a little bit. Here's the thing, Tim. Why don't you go ahead and shut the fuck up about Gaza forever then? Because I can't take a word you say seriously. Because all this fucking... And he does. He's been good on the issue of Gaza on his show. He's expressed moral outrage over the situation with innocent people being starved to death and babies being bombed and children being shot in the face and hospitals being attacked and schools being attacked and the Palestinian prisoners getting raped by the IDF and then the civilians protesting for the right to rape. And he's been on top of all this shit and he's been right about it. But now it's like, you're not actually outraged by it. Clearly, there's other motivations that are making you say these things. So you're trying to ride a wave online or some shit, but clearly you have no morals because Saudi Arabia also did a genocide in Yemen. And you're taking a paycheck directly from the Saudi war criminals who did the fucking genocide. So you don't have a principled anti-genocide position. You just went, Oh, I guess online it's fashionable to be against the genocide in Gaza, so I'll do that, and I'll virtue signal about that. But this other genocide done by Saudi Arabia against Yemen, I'll just take a shitload of money from Saudi Arabia and shut the fuck up about that one. So just do me a favor and have the respect to shut the fuck up about Gaza, because you don't care about Gaza. You don't. You don't care about genocide. You don't care about morality. You don't care about principles. You have none. You're joking and bragging about selling out to some of the worst criminals on the planet.
Everyone that works at all the hotels, they take their passports. They're not allowed to leave. They're slaves. Hey, is the hotel nice? I'm not here to be a spoil sport. I'm not here to ruin the good time that everyone's having. Do I have issues with some of the policies towards women, towards the gays, towards the freedom of speech? Well, of course I do.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You wouldn't take the money. Do I need to explain to people what it actually means to believe in something? Do I need to explain that? That you are what you do. So the values that you live, that's what you actually believe, right? So for this show, I have never had a conversation with a single advertiser. I've never done an ad read, ever. I've never talked to a billionaire. I've never talked to a government. I've never talked to a PAC. I've never been in any situation which could compromise the integrity of this show. Never. Not once. So that's what I believe in. Those are my actual beliefs, and I live them. Now, you on the other hand, you're just like, hey, who's got the most money? Who's willing to throw it at me? Okay, I'll do a deal with you. And this is how we get a scenario where, you have fucking creators doing crypto ads. Meanwhile, crypto's a giant scam. NFT ads, fucking gambling website bullshit where people are losing all their money. Whatever, fill in the blank with whatever vice people are selling. It's like, these people don't believe in anything. It's like anybody who comes to me with a bag, I will accept it, because all I care about at the end of the day, and Tim's about to say this, is me. Selfishness, narcissism, my financial well-being. The rest of the world doesn't matter. Like, doesn't count. Who cares? That's their problem. I'm worried about me and my money and my bank account. And it's like, this is a fucking race to the bottom bullshit. This is how America has become a fucking decrepit hellhole. Because nobody has any values, nobody has any principles, nobody has any morality. If you just fully embrace this, I'm selfish, I'm in it for myself shit, it's like, okay, welcome. Well, that's how we get to a place where we are right now, where we have a fucking fascist dictator rounding up innocent people and sending them to concentration camps as he bombs both Venezuela and Iran. Like, what are we talking about? Oh my God.
But I believe in my own financial well-being. And I think you better start believing in that. Because when Peter Thiel puts all of you in a cage, you're going to want some way to get out of that. I'm not going to tell you how much they're paying me. It doesn't matter. Pay me $375,000 for one show.
By the way, that's kind of embarrassing that he's willing to sell out for that much money, because his podcast probably makes at least $1 million a year, probably more. Right? So you're making $1 million a year. In other words, you don't even need it. Like, I can understand the like dirt poor comics who maybe got an offer of a check for $100,000 from Saudi Arabia. And they're like, because they kind of feel like they have to, because they don't know where their next meal is coming from or if they're going to have a roof over there. That, I don't agree with it, but I get it. I can see, okay, even somebody who might be morally more serious might do that because they feel at a necessity. But he makes millions of dollars a year already. And you're going to sell out for an extra $375 in fucking blood money from one of the worst regimes on the planet? When's your North Korea tour, bitch? When's that happening? Oh my God, this is so low.
Getting $1.6 million. That's not me. I'm not in that bracket. Others are getting $150. Why are they doing it? Here's the point. I am doing this because they're paying me a large sum of money. They're paying me enough money to look the other way. If something bad is happening to your left, look to your right. If, for example, I'm at a breakfast and I see someone get grabbed and they start hitting them with that, that big stick. I don't know if it's bamboo or whatever it is. It's kind of a wood, but it kind of snaps back. It's perfect for a cane. If I see someone getting it, I will look the other way. If I look the other way and I see someone being behanded, meaning they're chopping a hand off, that might be interesting to just kind of see actually how they do it, because I think they do it kind of a sanitary way. If they're chopping a hand, I might look down. If I'm looking at the floor and I see some eyeless beggar grabbing at me trying to get my money, I will look up to the heavens. And if in the heavens I see a drone flying over, I will look the other way because I'm being paid enough money to look the other way. What don't you understand? I'm the only honest person just going to do it. Everyone else is going to have $1 million. They're going to go, well, actually, the Middle East is more progressive now, and he's trying to make some change. No. I'm being paid a lot of money to not care about what they do in their country.
I think he thinks it actually makes it better that he's being upfront about it. It doesn't make it better at all. You could argue it makes it worse. because you know the moral implications. You know you're selling out. You know this regime is fucking unacceptable. You know that. The other people, maybe some of them bought the bullshit and believe, oh, he is reforming and he's making them more pro-woman than they were before. Maybe they actually believed some of that. You're educated enough. And by the way, I can't, like, this whole, and Tim Dillon is definitely part of this. First of all, the enlightened centrist bullshit. You're not holier than thou and smarter than everybody because you go, oh, both sides are actually kind of bad. You know what I'm saying? The other thing is, the nihilism and the doomerism, it's not cool. It's not fucking edgy. All it is piggy and selfish. That's all it is. And we will never fix this shithole of a country with this mindset. We're never going to fix it. How are we going to get to a place where people are correctly demanding from their government, we want universal health care. We want to eliminate all the medical debt. We want free college. We want to eliminate all the college debt. We want a 4-day work week. We want Social Security for all, not just for the elderly people. How are we ever going to get to a place where we fix the country with the right policies if this is the mindset everybody has? This nihilistic doomer, nothing matters, it doesn't matter if I take money. Hey, I took money from Saudi Arabia, I'll also take it from Israel, I'll take it from North Korea, from Kim Jong-un. I'll see if I can find a couple of serial killers who want to give me $1 million so that therefore I fucking refuse to criticize them on my show. Like, where the logic of this ends in the ugliest place imaginable, and they think it's all like lulz and fun and games. Right? Like, tee-hee-hee, I sold out. I'm getting my bag. Tee-hee-hee. Isn't it cute that I'm being honest about being a total fucking sellout? No, you're a piece of shit who nobody should listen to about anything ever again. Would Tim Dillon ever accept money from the CIA? I feel like that's one of the big, he's like, I think he fancies himself an old school Alex Jones type guy. Alex Jones back when he was more centristy or left-leaning than the right-wing hack that he is now. And so, the targets are the CIA or Bill Gates or taking money from the neocons or the Democrats or the Republicans, the party infrastructure. Would Tim Dillon accept money from the CIA and go out there and then expect you to take him seriously with his political commentary? No. If he took money from the CIA, he would understand that you would henceforth dismiss everything he says because he's a paid hack. That's what he is. But he does it with Saudi Arabia and he thinks it's fucking all lulz. By the way, Tim Dillon, just like Joe Rogan and all the people in the fucking Rogan sphere, they love shitting on corporate media. Oh, the sellouts in corporate media, and they're taking money from Big Pharma and representing Big Pharma. You are just like them. You are worse than them. Because you know better, number one. And number two, you went to the lowest of the lowest of the low. There's no difference between taking money from the Saudi crime family, their fucking blood money, or taking money from the war criminal genocidal pig, Benjamin Netanyahu. There's no fucking difference. There's no difference. So spare me your sanctimonious bullshit about, corporate media and mainstream media, bro, and they're the worst, bro. Like, you guys need to look in the fucking mirror because you replaced them and you're the new establishment and you might even be fucking worse than them.
It's very simple. If you pay me lots of money, I will not comment on what's going on. In fact, I will ignore it. And if something that I really disagree with is happening, the more money you pay me, the less I'm going to think about it. This is a really important thing that no one does anymore, and I'm recommending it. Look the other way. Because what's the other option? We're going to have to go into all of these countries and make them be Americans?
Oh, this is so fucking dishonest. He's trying to link him taking Saudi blood money. He's trying to say that it's like non-interventionist to do that. Like, by me taking this money, what I'm saying is I'm cool with other cultures, and therefore what I'm saying is I don't want to wage war against other countries. Like, oh my God, that's so gross. No, Tim, I'm a non-interventionist. I don't believe in any illegal and offensive wars against countries that didn't fucking attack us. And I would still never take fucking Saudi blood money. Oh my God.
Make them live the way we live? That's not going to happen. All we do is try to do that, and it fails miserably like every time.
This might be like top 10, one of the most dishonest moments I've ever covered on this show. I mean, that is really next level. I have to take the Saudi blood money because I don't want to wage war against Saudi Arabia. I don't want to wage war against all these other countries, so I'll take the blood money.
I believe in looking the other way. I believe in pretending things are not happening that are. I believe in cognitive dissonance. I will sleep so sound. I will sleep through the screams. I'm staying in the Ritz. Google it. You know what happened there, and it's fine. Folks, mind your own business. Not my problem. They're paying me to keep my mouth shut. Whoop. They have realized something very important. If you want people to like you, you give them lots of money. People are probably listening to this and they're angry or they're disagreeing with me. I don't care what you do. I believe in luxury. I'm going to say something and people aren't going to like it. If you think for 1 second that some of the slaves in that country are not proud of what they've built, you're crazy. There are so many beautiful things that have happened as a result of forced labor. I haven't looked into it, and I won't, but I don't even believe it. Let's say, in this hypothetical world, they are slaves who can't leave, and they have to build these beautiful things. Gorgeous marble, crystal thing. Do you think a slave father wouldn't look at his slave children and go, your father built that? You're nuts. If I'm a slave, and I've just built a beautiful thing, I am telling my wife and my children, look how beautiful that is, and how grateful and how thankful we are. There's problems.
This is like all literally part of moral collapse, right? This is the crumbling empire, the death of the West, the moral collapse. Now there's like not even an attempt to try to be a good person, a decent person with principles and morals and values who actually believes in things and will stand on it. Now it's like, let's make jokes about taking money from a genocidal death cult.
Israel gave none of us any money and expected we were all going to just defend them. For what? For no money? I'm supposed to go out and defend this genocide because maybe I won't be on ABC. I won't get to play a gym teacher on a network that won't be in business, and I'm supposed to care about that? Who gives a fuck? Where's the money, you bum? Where the fuck's the money? This was Israel's big mistake. They should have had the Tel Aviv Comedy Festival, and they should have paid us all millions of dollars. And then I would have went over there and I would have went, listen, there's human shields and Hamas is stealing the food or whatever they're fucking talking nonsense for the last 9 months we're all supposed to believe. Whatever, I go, release them, and this is what it's about, the hostages. It's not about all the other greater Israel stuff. Why would you say Epstein was in the Mossad? What are you talking about? He had no connection with anyone. He was just a pervert who had $2 billion and was friends with her. What do you want?
See, that's the thing, is like he acts like he's joking, but he's not joking. The fact that you took the Saudi blood money means that you actually would do that. If Benjamin Netanyahu said, here, come to this comedy festival, I'll give you $375,000, you would do it. So it's actually not a joke. Like, you're not joking. You're pretending like you're joking, but you're telling the truth.
But this was all going to happen with no money? What are you, nuts? I'm sad about what's happening. If it's happening, I don't see it. If I was a slave, I would love to make a beautiful hotel. It would make me happy. Like if you asked me about the Riyadh Comedy Festival and you said, well, there's all these problems, I'd go, listen, hey, life is a long thing and it's a beautiful thing. And that's my comment.
That's the Rogan sphere for you. Bro, isn't it cool and edgy and funny to be a bad person? Let's be bad people. Let's do that. Let's be bad people together. Let's remind ourselves about Saudi Arabia and what they did. So in 2015, they started a war on Yemen. And here, let's learn a little bit about that.
This is the current situation in Yemen. A situation where no one is in full control of the country and where everyone is at war for their own interests.
Yemen has been caught in a vicious war for more than 6 years. Over 230,000 people have died. Millions are displaced.
Unfortunately, the conflict in Yemen is very similar to a plot worthy of Game of Thrones. To use the words of the UN, the worst humanitarian catastrophe is undergoing in Yemen. The latest UN report on the conflict claims more than 377,000 victims.
The UN estimated that by the end of 2021, the conflict in Yemen would have caused over 377,000 deaths, with 60% of them the result of hunger, lack of healthcare, and unsafe water. It says more than 10,200 children are known to have been killed or wounded as a direct result of the fighting. Yemen has also suffered from one of the largest cholera outbreaks ever recorded, with 2.5 million suspected cases and about 4,000 related deaths since 2016. So not only is Saudi Arabia bombing Yemen, we're going to talk more about this in a little bit, but they also blockaded the country and starved them to death.
177,000 victims, and adds that in 2021, for every 9 minutes, a child under the age of 5 died. As proof, Save the Children reports that a quarter of all civilian casualties between 2018 and 2020 were children. The country has been on the brink of famine for years.
Here, somebody, if this kid is still alive, somebody go find the Tim Dillon rant and play it for him. I bet he'll think it's really funny.
Brink of famine for years. More than 16 million Yemenis live in constant need of food and basic necessities. That's nearly 65% of the national population. In comparison, that's like 38 million Italians out of 59 million had serious difficulties in finding even a single meal a day. According to Human Rights Watch, 400,000 children under 5, out of a total of 2 million, risk dying of malnutrition if assistance is not provided. All of this is the product of a war, a dirty proxy war. A war so far without winners, but with only losers.
People with money can survive, but others without money can't. People like me can't even afford a bit of bread, says a starving, dying person because of the Saudi blockade. Somebody should show this guy that Tim Dillon ran. He might find it funny.
No.
So, just to give you a little bit more, since 2015, Saudi has been doing a genocide in Yemen. 80% of the population needs aid to survive. Saudi Arabia has bombed homes, schools, mosques, hospitals, open-air markets, and they've done it repeatedly. They've blockaded the entire country. They created a famine. They killed over 230,000 people. 70% of the people killed are children under the age of 5. They bombed water facilities, which led to that massive cholera outbreak where millions of people were affected. They bombed 78 different archaeological sites and museums and historical sites. These are places that have like a lot of ancient history, and they just destroyed them. 4.5 million people have been displaced because of the Saudi genocide on Yemen. Then we also have, of course, Saudi's domestic policies. Zero free speech, so activists and journalists can be arrested and killed if they criticize the government. There's still a male guardianship system for women. They torture people and they do the death penalty and behead them for crimes such as apostasy and sorcery. Sorcery. Shias are treated like second-class citizens and don't have rights. And, of course, migrant workers are slaves with zero recourse. So, have fun, Tim. That should be good. All the fucking comedians who took that paycheck are sick and fucking disgusting. Because the fact of the matter is, 90% of them don't need the fucking money. They don't need the money. So here's the thing. This is the whole point. The whole point about being a sellout is the following. Nobody can take anything you say at face value. Nobody can believe the things you say. Nobody can, in good faith, say it's coming from a sincere place of authenticity where we're getting your real thoughts. That's the whole problem with somebody who's a sellout. You're no longer a person. You're now a walking billboard. And so, with that being the case, like I said, I'm going to need all you to go ahead and shut the fuck up about Gaza, shut the fuck up about any political issue whatsoever, because how the fuck do I know that you're telling me what you really believe as opposed to being paid by this group or that person or that pack or this asshole? You're just being paid to spew whatever they want you to fucking say. And this was Saudi. By the way, Saudi already won. They already won. This is the whole point. This is the whole plan. This is why they started the Live Golf League. It doesn't matter that the ratings are shit compared to the PGA Tour. They already bought fucking 30% or 40% of the professional golfers, a lot of big-name golfers like Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau, threw tremendous amounts of money at them just so that it could, this is called sports washing. Hey, look, we're a serious country. We're a real country. Look, we have all these, look at all these amazing things we have going on. Oh, look, we bought out women's tennis because they needed the money. So, don't criticize our human rights record. Look, oh, we're having a comedy festival. Look at us, bro. We're edgy and we're new and we're just like you guys. That's like, see what we're doing here? So there's sports washing and now there's comic washing. And just the fact that you agreed to take the money and the fucking festival is happening, they win. They win. But I hope the price was worth it. For $375,000, now Tim Dillon has earned, the right of everybody to not listen to a single fucking thing he ever says and take it seriously ever again. Because clearly he's a walking billboard. He's for sale. He has no real opinions. He has no real beliefs. All he cares about is selfishness and narcissism and money. Money. That's all I care about. Give me the money. So I never, ever again do I want to hear, oh, corporate media, fucking sellouts, and they do a bad job because they take money from the advertisers. And oh, the CIA, bro, the CIA are fucking liars and cheaters, and they do wars all over the place, and that's bad, but it's not bad when Saudi Arabia does the wars because I took money from them, so their wars are okay, and if they do a genocide, it's okay too, and I'm really mad about Gaza because it's a genocide, even though I support the Saudi genocide. Shut the fuck up. I just can't stand these people. I swear to God, guys, just hold on, because there will come a time, hopefully in the near future, where it becomes cool to actually have values and principles and morality again. There will come a time where everybody will wake up from this fucking collective hysteria and the moral degradation of the West, and they will realize that, like, wait, it was never cool to be a nihilistic doomer piece of shit who's only in it to fucking grow their bank account and take care of themselves and say, fuck the rest of the country, fuck the world, fuck any semblance of values. The pendulum will swing back, and I happen to think we're in the midst of it swinging back right now, but this may just be peak evil moment here, because When you when you feel no shame in like fucking bragging about how you sold out to Saudi war criminals. Jesus Christ. It's literally the equivalent of like Tim Dillon, who's railed against the neocons for years, coming out and bragging that he just got paid by one of the top neocon think tanks, or Dick Cheney personally paid him $375,000 to come to a private event, right? That's what the equivalent is. It's like Dick Cheney just paid Tim Dillon to go do a private event for $375,000. And then Tim Dillon has the nerve to fucking show his fat, ugly face on fucking YouTube again and start telling jokes. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. I'm done with this, with all these assholes who just, they don't believe in anything. They don't care about anything. That is just objectively, factually true. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.